Okay guys, so recently there's been this huge massive spike of people creating entire channels just to let everybody know how they quit Genshin and how Genshin sucks and everybody should play Wuwa because Wuwa is the better game. Now, I'm someone who complains about Genshin anytime I get the chance to, right? I complain more about Genshin than I have videos praising it, right? Like, I complain about this game over and over. However, even I think that this is going way too far. There is thousands of videos on a daily basis letting everybody know how Genshin is shit and everybody needs to stop playing it and only stick to Wuwa. And I think this is just completely false propaganda and Gacha tribalism that doesn't actually help anyone. I remember the first time I played Genshin, which, mind you, I started playing during Inazuma, and back then the game was much worse. Like, compared to how good Genshin is now, even though it's still not perfect, the game back then was much worse. It was complete ass, right? We didn't have any of the quality of life features. And yet, the first time I played Genshin back then, I cannot describe the feeling I had, but it was so magical and so addicting. It was one of the most fun times in my life I've had with any game ever. And I think making people miss that experience and purposely try to convince them to not play it just so you can spread your stupid propaganda about how Wuwa is better and everybody needs to play that is just so sad, because so many people are gonna miss this magical experience of playing Genshin for the first time just because they saw some idiots convincing them to not play the game. And of course, Wuwa is a good game in terms of quality of life. Currently, it's the much better game, right? It has a lot of aspects that it's better in than Genshin, and overall at the moment, as a gacha game, I would say Wuwa is better. But just because Wuthering Waves is better in a lot of aspects and maybe even better overall, that doesn't mean that Genshin is a bad game. It's still, regardless of how good Wuthering Waves is, Genshin has its individual own magical experience that you're not gonna get anywhere else. It still stands out and it's still very unique. You're not gonna find a game like Genshin. And it's one of those games where the first time you play this game, it either immediately bores you and you never come back to it, or you immediately become addicted. It's just a very unique game, and I think constantly trying to convince people to quit the game and not play it and only play Wuwa is just really dumb. It really makes people miss an experience that they wouldn't get anywhere else. And sure, maybe they won't like Genshin, but if they don't like that, it's fine, right? They can just play Wuwa. And again, there's nothing wrong with quitting Genshin, right? You can quit Genshin and play whatever the fuck you want. That's not the problem. I play both Wuwa. I've played Wuwa since day one. I've played Genshin since Inazuma. I've played both games for a long time. And you can quit either game. That's completely fine. But I don't get why people are constantly trying to convince others to not even try the game when it's literally still a great game. Genshin has a lot of problems, but at its core, it's a game that you're not going to find anywhere else. And in itself, it's still a good game despite all its issues. And there's a reason why so many people who play Genshin for the first time immediately become addicted by it because of how magical and unique it is. It has a very specific experience that you're not going to get anywhere else, and that is just a fact. Okay, you can disagree with that, but I think this is just the objective reality that I saw from a lot of different people, including myself. These videos are just so performative, it's insane. Like, every time you look at these videos, they just repeat problems that we've heard over 50 times already. It's the same shit over and over, and it's so obvious that these people don't actually care. They only make these videos to get subs because they see that it gets a lot of views and a lot of reactions, and so they make this content to get subs, and then they think it's going to boost them, but then you look at their channel and after that they just don't get any views anymore. These people are essentially creating these whole channels, or maybe not creating channels, but it's very small channels that use this method as like a boost to get a lot of subs and views in a quick time, and they think it's going to help them out as a content creator, but in reality it just gives you an audience that's only there to hear you shit on Genshin, and you don't actually get an audience that likes you. Like, it gets to a point, bro. We have so many of these videos. We get it, bro. You can play Wuwa, you can play Genshin, it doesn't matter. I think both games are great. However, both games, despite being great, also have their problems, and you can play either game. There's no need to convince people to not play it. People can try it. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. And a lot of people might say that I'm a hypocrite, right? Because I have all these videos criticizing Genshin. However, I never ever have convinced anyone to not try the game or to only play Wuwa. I always make it very clear that both games have their problems every time I talk about it, right? It's just so weird, bro. And I really think people need to stop doing this BS because it doesn't get anywhere. And, you know, it's not going to stop anyways. But holy shit, bro. It gets to a point. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know down below. And yeah, as I said, I think this is pretty stupid. Overall, I don't recommend anybody to watch these videos because you're not going to get any value out of them. Sometimes there might be a good video that's actually objective and not trying to spread their propaganda. But most of the time, it's just very obvious performative content that doesn't actually look at it objectively, but just tries to convince people that Wuwa is the better game and you can't play Genshin because Genshin is only for retards. That's the message that they're trying to spread and to give you. And it's really sad. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I know I wanted to make a video about VAs and how people harass VAs. But bro, I was editing the video and the moment I was almost done with it, I accidentally deleted the whole thing and I just never tried. And I just never got back to it. But yeah, maybe I'm going to make the video again and then actually upload it. But let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. And with that being said, as always, I wish everyone a nice and wonderful day.